Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards Campaign Mode. The campaign for this week has us playing as Aeldari against Chaos. Again, there are two sets of mission rewards. The first set, which I've already completed, gets us more copies of this Farseer Skyrunner, and then the Shadow Seer. Both of these have been in the game for quite a while, and many Eldar psykers have all three attack types here. But coming soon is the next set of missions in which we can get more copies of the Wraith Lord. I barely used this guy, but if I can get him up a few more levels, maybe I will give him a try. As well as a new card here. This is the Wraith Blade, just a melee fighter. It will probably have quite a bit of health for its cost. So what I've been using so far is Eldrad. Since I got him to level 5, he is quite strong, along with just a bunch of other psykers, and then this Harlequin with the leftover points. So we'll deploy and see what happens. This is actually quite similar to the deck that I've used in ranked mode with Eldrad, which I've been having a lot of success with this season. But yeah, sadly with Eldrad you do kind of have to have him at a pretty high level for him to be effective. Alright, so let's just put down the Farseer Skyrunner there at the beginning. And what else do we want on the field? I think we'll put some of our big guns out first then. The Farseer on the left, and then it's a pretty beefy guy there. Let's see. I think I want to just get rid of the Harlequin player at the beginning. Ooh, they got a big ranged unit there. This is the Noise Marine of Slaanesh. 40 ranged attack. That's quite a bit. Alright, let's start off with Psychic. Blasting away, taking out the Poxwalker in one hit. The Farseer Skyrunner does have a pretty decent melee attack, so that will help out, assuming they'll go ranged here. And every time that they ready, our units are able to ready. Unfortunately, it was the Harlequin player that readied that time. I don't really need a melee buff. I usually don't really use melee. I don't usually use anything other than Psychic, for that matter. But you know what? I think I might just go with the melee now, just so I can spare my Farseer some damage here and get rid of the Harlequin player. So he's out of the picture, and what do we want? They'll probably go ranged again. Let's see. I think we're gonna go... You know what? I'll just put down the Shadow Seer. The Shadow Seer is a pretty good card. It's surprisingly resilient with that shield. It used to have the Warp Surge as its trait, but I have it at a high enough level that it has a double shield, so it can just completely block 2 rounds of damage. The one thing is, I don't think it synergizes the best with Eldrad, because its readying ability is it debuffs the enemy ranged attack. So you can't actually see on this screen what type of readying ability these guys have with the ones with all 3 attack types. Most of these psykers, their ready ability is buffing your psychic attack, but things like the Farseer will debuff the enemy ranged attack. And they're going for range. They got a big Forge Fiend on the field that is very strong. We're getting a slight buff to our psychic attack there from Eldrad. And we'll definitely want the Shadow Seer over on the left. Farseer barely surviving there. I think we're going to move him over to the center lane. And let's see what their last bodyguard is. Going to be something big, I would imagine. Okay, this guy. Just got outflanked there, slightly reducing my my damage bars. So this guy, yeah, World Claimer. He's pretty strong. So we're gonna go with the alright. Okay, having trouble with the words right now, but psychic attack there, and then they are going for ranged, sparing my Farseer for another turn. That is quite nice of them. The shield completely absorbs the damage from the Forge Fiend, And we've got a little bit of range damage going back at them. Now Abaddon is at level 3 here. He's quite strong. He recently got a pretty good buff to his stats, so this could be very painful. He's going to be deploying next turn, and he's going to take out the Farseer with his Furious Charge, so not much is probably going to be left on the field after this turn. We'll see which attack type they go for. They're going for melee, which is actually good for me because do not want them dealing 155 damage to my Warlord. So they do wipe the board there, but I think we're actually in good shape because Eldrad is just so strong. And they have no psykers on the field. So Eldrad goes front and center. And then we're going to put Yvraine over on the right. And then this little Warlock, taking a little while for the animations to take effect here. Psychic Link going off, as well as Inspiring Presence from Yvraine. And 168 damage from Eldrad straight at the enemy Warlord. He does have enough health to survive one round, but yeah, they're going for the ranged attack now. Dealing quite a bit of damage. That Forge Fiend has a lot of firepower. But fortunately that Warlock sacrificed himself to spare my Warlord, and now we can go in for the kill. So you can see just the power of Eldrad there with the Psychic Link, all that damage that he can deal. I think he's pretty effective against Chaos in particular. But yeah, I think I'll just keep using Eldrad for a little bit more here. Might switch him up when the new missions unlock, though, as I'm going to need some different units in there to get the bonus points for that. So, let me know what you think of this campaign and which of the Aeldari warlords is your favorite. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.